let me just start out by saying this right here. Anytime that you achieve more than what somebody thought that you could achieve or wanted you to achieve, there's going to bring a lot of intimidation and a lot of hate your way. Because you just surpassed a level that they didn't think that you could break through. And now they're seeing you thrive in life. This brings me to what I really want to talk about. So the whole movie Woman King, I seen there was a lot of controversy over that whole title, Woman King. And, I've been hearing, especially amongst my culture, how they feel like there's an agenda where they're pushing off this masculinity on melanated women. But I was like, I watched this trailer and I said, I'm going to watch this movie for a homework assignment. So, and I was thinking about it and I'm like, there's two sides to a coin. I can see why our culture thinks that they're pushing off this masculine energy on women, this whole independent thing. But also, this movie showed me something else that is really actually true reality, that it was highlighting the reality of most women in my culture, how strong we are and how wise we are. Like when I think about life, I think about like a board game. Which piece would you be on this board? Like if you're playing chess or checkers. And a lot of women are out here making, power moves and, have to make executive decisions. Like, and when I was growing up, the one that I did see really getting it out the mud was the women around me. So that's why I thought about that title again. I was like, Woman King is very fitting because it's not just about a gender, but it's just the essence and the attributes. And I just thought about how solid a lot of women are. And I had to think about myself because even when I was growing up, I remember giving advice to my parents. Can you imagine that? Because, as for me in my life, I've always been the leader. I've always been the voice of reason. Everybody call D. She know what to say. Even now on my job, I'm still giving out that same leadership and just giving people advice, even when it comes to men. But, in my culture, we have condemned a woman for being independent, for being solid, for being strong-minded. I remember hearing you're complicated growing up. It came from weak-minded little boys because they could not run game. I remember, playing sports. Even playing sports was a problem because now you're good at something that this guy is good at. You know what I'm saying? So now I had to beat this little boy up on the basketball court because nobody taught him that a girl could be good at this as well. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I ran into problems because of that. But this being said, in life, it put me in a position, or in a mind state where let me dim my light because it's going to bother a lot of dudes that I'm around. You know what I'm saying? That's intimidating to them from, what I heard. So I tried to kind of dim my light growing up, but it's not going to work. And as I, got older, I just realized that the thing is women have never been made to feel like you were anything special. We come from a culture, a society, all women at this point come from a place where you couldn't vote, you couldn't speak, you couldn't work, you couldn't do anything. You were nothing. The only thing you could do is have somebody babies. Other than that, you're not needed. You're not wanted. So like I say, when you surpass that level and you start thriving, that's going to bring intimidation. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like why we're having this discussion now, especially in my culture. Like I ain't have no choice but to be who I am. By default, I was put in the jungle and now I know how to survive it. I learned things, got skills, Now that I'm older, I can really say I am proud to be who I am. I am proud to be a melanated woman. I am I'm so proud of us and just our strength because, now I feel like the world really recognizes and how much, how strong we are, just how solid we are. You know what I'm saying? We take on a lot. When people say, like a multiple choice, A, B, C, and D, we take on all of the above. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women I know are really, moving solid right now, got great things going for themselves. They have kids and still doing great things for themselves and in their kids. So I just want to continue. I just want to tell you to continue to, shine, keep thriving. Don't let nobody dim your light and don't apologize for being who you are and being strong. Because you got to be in this world, because we don't live in a society where you're going to meet a lot of men that's going to be safe to lead you in this world. They're not. That's just reality, man. And this other talk about, melanated women not being submissive. And I want to chime in on that. I used to hear that so much. I never talk about that. But the truth is we fall in position when we see that you are a leader and we are safe. If you are a knucklehead, we're not falling in place. You're not leading me nowhere because you don't know where you're going. Naturally, women will fall in that order when we are safe. And that is very true. Women keep saying that. I keep seeing women say that on TikTok. We naturally submit or, fall in order and become that helpmate that you need. We naturally, it's in us. But when we're not safe, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. We can't allow anybody to lead us. This man has to be led by God. And that's the thing. A lot of them are not. And here's the thing that we did not learn growing up is that when a woman, when you are in a relationship or a marriage with a man, this man has to submit to God. But a lot of women have submitted to guys that were not being led by God. And so it caused, being with this guy ruined your life. And now you got to go out here and start all the way over or get yourself out of this, this hardship that you're in because of this situation. Now you got to, now you got to clean up the pieces because we were not taught that. We were just taught, oh, he a man, so he lead and do that. But being a man doesn't make you a leader. You have to be an actual leader. You see what I mean? And that's one of the mistakes that a lot of women made is just thinking just because he was a man that he was a leader. You're not crowned leader just because you're a man. You know what I'm saying? You have to actually be a leader like a David, a Joshua, a Joseph, So I'm just going to end it on this right here. Ladies, continue to thrive in life, but also, keep that nice attitude. You know what I'm saying? Continue to stay humble, and somebody will come along that complements your life and not complicated. Somebody, a man will come along that's not intimidated by your strength, but they, they love it. They like that about you because maybe they've been around women that were weak, that they, could have been family, that they saw those women being weak and they didn't like that, how weak they were. And they see you and that's, something they admire about you. So, stay to yourself until you meet somebody that really compliments you because that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to dim my life for nobody just to make them feel better about themselves. If you're going to ride with me and be my dude, you're going to have to be solid anyway already. So, just keep that pretty attitude and continue to do what you're doing. You're a woman king for real.